Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, Instagram. Happy Thursday, Facebook. I am Shayla Jackson. I am an attorney, Georgetown Law grad. I am a legal consultant for women CEOs and small business owners, as well as the author of my book, Build a Legit Business. And so I'm coming on today just to talk to you a little bit about a legal mistake that entrepreneurs are making when it comes to business insurance. Okay, so we have a little Wi-Fi issue here on Facebook. So hopefully that will reconnect very soon. All right, come on, Facebook, so we can get started. But hey, we can continue on with IG. So I want to talk to you a little bit about business insurance, and particularly mistakes that entrepreneurs are making when it comes to business insurance. So you might be wondering, do you need business insurance? And if you do, what kind do you need? So first, there are several different types of business insurance. There is general liability, there is product liability, you also have professional liability insurance, you also have commercial property insurance, as well as business only owner's policy insurance. So there's a couple of things that insurance. Oh, Facebook is here. So let me start over. Excuse me for IG. Facebook has reconnected. We were having a little connectivity issue. So, again, if you don't know, I am Shayla Jackson. I am an attorney. I am a Georgetown Law grad, author of my new book, Build a Legit Business, and I am a legal consultant for women CEOs and small business owners. Today, I'm coming on and to just talk to you a little bit about business insurance, right? Legal mistakes that you could possibly be making with business insurance and other entrepreneurs are making. And so do me a favor, share this broadcast, share it, share it, share it with your audience. And of course, Facebook has disconnected again for whatever reason. But anywho, the different types of insurance that you can have, if you're wondering what is business insurance. Business insurance covers your anything that can happen in your business, right? That you cannot financially cover, or you want to have an insurance company cover. So you can have general liability, products liability. Products liability is essentially for if you sell products that can potentially cause harm, right? Like you want to make sure that you can cover any potential lawsuits. So you can also have commercial property insurance, business owners insurance. But today I'm going to talk about an add-on policy that is in the news right now, and that is business interruption insurance. Okay, it's called business interruption insurance. So business interruption insurance is typically an add-on policy to another business insurance policy. And what it does is it essentially covers any income loss that results from direct physical loss or damage to a business property. So typically is when like disasters hit. But the question is, was COVID-19 one of those disasters that business interruption insurance would cover? So entrepreneurs, business owners have been trying to get their insurance claims to cover the loss of their income that took place when every state just about had an emergency shutdown for non-essential businesses. That means if you had a physical location, that your business was shut down and you were unable to operate under the law. And so business owners, they went to their insurance companies and they submitted claims. And those claims under their business interruption insurance clause was denied. So a couple of cases have since gone forth, right? So you have in San Antonio, there were a group of barbershops that pretty much sued, and I'm looking at my notes here so I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking over, that is what I'm doing. I'm just moving my stand over here. But San Antonio barbershops, they basically sued State Farm because the state had shut down non-essential businesses, and together they lost over $1 million in revenue. So they sued State Farm for breach of contract. What that means, they had a contract in their insurance policy. State Farm is not giving them money for the money they put into the insurance policy. Now they brought it to court. Well, guess what? The court shut it all the way down, because in their contract clause was a clause that said it excludes loss from when the government says you can't operate your business, or for a virus. So that was written into the insurance. And so if you are looking at business insurance, you want to look at, is there a clause in there, especially in COVID-19, because nobody was expecting a global pandemic. So San Antonio barbershops, they got shut down. Louisville, Kentucky, right? Daycare owners were unable to operate. And so if you have a daycare, that's a really big risk, having all those kids in a space. So they sued their insurance company, which was Erie Insurance, for a loss of business income. Because remember, business interruption insurance covers your loss of business income. Well, guess what? Their case got shut down because they couldn't prove that COVID-19 actually applied under the policy, actually attached to the physical services that deprived them of their ability to use their daycare centers. All right. So we had San Antonio, we had Louisville, Kentucky. But how about this? In Kansas City, Missouri, there is a judge that has allowed a case to go forward for hair salons and restaurants. So this is a huge win for business owners, because every other case has gotten shut down except for this case. And there might be another one, but this case in Kansas City is going forth. And it all turned on how the judge decided to interpret the contract provision in the policy. And so he said with COVID-19, that COVID-19 was an actual physical substance that attached itself and damaged the property and made the property unsafe and unusable, meaning that under the business interruption clause in the policy, that COVID-19 deprived them physically of using their businesses, and therefore they might be entitled to retrieve coverage for a loss of business income. Right? That's a huge win. If you were losing money because you got shut down during COVID-19, that's a win. But here's the thing. You had to, one, have had insurance. Two, it depends on where you are located in a particular state and what your insurance company is in terms. So you have to know what's in your insurance. But most importantly, if you are thinking about getting insurance, you have to know what provisions to avoid. So I wanted to come on and share that with you, because if you have insurance, start looking closely at what the policies are, because we want to be covered, but we don't know if something happens, if that policy is sufficient to cover our loss of income or anything else that happens. So that's why, if you are starting your business, just getting started, relaunching, or you want to make sure that the legal pieces in your business are solid, join me in the Startup 101 Foundations Bootcamp. We kick off Monday, August 31st at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I am excited because it is an interactive and it is a do-it-yourself boot camp that is guided as we work on your business together. And so in this boot camp, we're going to talk about insurance. We're going to get down into what type of insurance do you actually need for your business. Like, you don't need every single type of insurance, but what do you need specifically? And then we're also going to talk about what do you need to avoid in your insurance policies to make sure that you are legally covered if anything happens. And so, for instance, there's one insurance policy that I did not cover that is very, very, very important for professionals who maybe you use your, as a lawyer, right? My skill is my intellectual ability to understand the law, spot issues, and analyze, right? It is mental, right? For doctors, it might be their hands, right? They need their hands to work. And so there's insurance for disability, right? What happens if for whatever reason you become incapable of using your mind as a lawyer to work, or as a doctor using your hands? Now that can apply to any, any business that has a specific thing where disability might take you out the game. Well, there's insurance for that can cover that loss of income. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of all of the different types of insurance, but also delve further into what do you need and what to avoid when you're looking for it. So this class covers way more than insurance, but tonight I just wanted to cover the topic of insurance and the mistake that you want to make in your business. And so if you want to enroll, you want to learn more, because people are enrolling, and it is limited seating because of how specialized it is, because we're working on your business. Do you want to enroll? The link is in the comment section. If you're on Instagram, it's in the link of my bio. This video will probably be uploaded to Facebook. So on Facebook, it's going to be in the subject line. But it's the link bit.ly/, and it's all caps, Startup 101 Bootcamp. The other things that we're going to talk about, class 1, is how do you do a legal clearance to make sure you can use the name that you plan to use. Particularly also use slogans, right? In the creation of my building my brand, there were certain slogans that I could not use because they're already registered. So it's important that you know that, so that you're not smacked with a cease and desist letter, realizing you got to cough up because you didn't know what you didn't know. So we're going to talk about how to do that so you walk away with those skills. Second class, we're going to delve deeper into legal structures, right? What's the legal house for you, the best house for you? Some people may say get an LLC. Maybe where you are right now, an LLC is not for you. So we're going to talk about what do you really need to consider. Some people, I want to get a corporation. Well, guess what? Corporations have certain things that come with them. So we're going to talk about all of that. And we're going to get down to choosing a house for you and considerations that as you grow and the money starts flowing in, the $1 million, you reach that mark. What are some considerations you want to think about transitioning into a different corporate structure or a different tax election? So we're going to talk about the tax benefits as well. In class number 3, this is where in class number 3 we're going to get into a little bit more of, again, the nitty gritty. So Labor Day, we will not have class. Okay, so you're going to get some time off of that. We will not have class on Labor Day. But in class number 3, this is where we get into license and insurance, right? So that's what we're talking a little bit about tonight, license and insurance. Class 4, we're going to talk about turning it into a legit business. This is where we do the walkthrough of actually doing the incorporation process, filling out the papers. Now, this is important because this is where we craft the language to make sure that your business can sustain where you're going and doesn't pigeonhole you to what you first put on your papers. Okay? In the next class number 5, we're going to talk about legal do's and don'ts of business banking and taxes. Because how many of you want to know how to reduce your taxes and do it legally, right? Not illegally, but legally. Because these are some of the strategies that the wealthy, right, the top 1% are using, and I want to share them with you. And last but not least, class number 6 is policies and contracts, right? They make happy CEOs. But particularly what we're going to talk about is we're going to craft your policies to make sure they are ironclad, that there's no wiggle room, right? The customers know what to expect when they work with you. We're also going to identify what are contracts, the different types of contracts, and what contracts you might need in your business. And when you enroll, right, when you enroll in the boot camp, you are also going to get a bonus seat in my class coming out in September on intellectual property, how to protect your creative genius. So I'm really, really excited about this. Again, if you want to enroll in the boot camp, it is bit.ly / all caps Startup 101 Bootcamp. And there you're going to learn more information. You're going to be able to enroll. Please do not delay, because seating is limited, because we are specializing and really honing it and focusing on your business needs, right? And I really don't know if anyone is doing this, or you can possibly get access to an attorney as you're going through the process. And here's the thing, even if you already started your business, if you are serious about building generational wealth, chances are you might start another business. So why not learn how to do it the correct way and build a solid legal foundation? That way, the next time you start your business, you know exactly what you need to do. And of course, if you've been following me for some time, you know that I'm going to throw in some juicy stuff that's going to help you protect your brand, build a legacy, and secure your wealth, because this is about legacy wealth building. So that's all I got tonight. If you have questions, drop them in the comment of the live or the replay. Make sure you go and check out the previous replays as well, where we talked about, what happens to your business if something happens to you. And someone asked a really great question about, can you pass your business off to your heirs in a will? And so that was a great question. Make sure that you go check that out. We also talked a little bit about why you need to do a name check. So check out those lives. If you have questions about the boot camp, again, send your comments to Enroll, bit.ly/ all caps startup 101 bootcamp. Again, I am excited for everybody who is already enrolled to work with you, to work in your on your business, and to see you launch successfully and grow. And even if you're like, I'm already in business, share this with somebody who's thinking about starting or ready to start, so that they can be legally protected and legally safeguard their business and them. So thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box and I will get back to you. At least try my best, okay? So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't be shy about asking questions, but I do hope that you enroll and I see you in the boot camp.